Hey, what's up everyone? Today, another episode of Weights and Measures. We're going to be making the easiest meal I've made so far. This is going to be spicy buffalo chicken wraps. So I've got 5 chicken breasts. I've got what I just found is Red Hot, Frank's Red Hot original seasoning. It's a dry powder form. I've got romaine lettuce, some tomatoes, and some low carb tortilla wraps. So I'm going to cut up the chicken breast, trim the fat. I have a pair of scissors. I'm just going to trim the fat, put it in the crock pot, put the seasoning in, put it on for about 4.5 hours on high, and then come back when it's ready, shred it all up, and put it on my tortillas. So what I'm going to do now is just simply trim the excess fat from the chicken. Chicken's already very lean. That's why it's a staple in my diet. But there is some stuff to get rid of, and that's what I'm doing. Scissors make it so easy. One of the reasons that I really love this recipe is because everything you see here is like $12. So I'm getting 6 meals for $12. It's absolutely fantastic because obviously, you know, when you're thinking about nutrition and just eating in general, if you would spend $2 at a fast food restaurant, you're not going to get this type of meal for that much money. And it's super simple because you just put it in the crock pot, you don't have to worry about it, you have to watch it. I'm also a lover of spicy foods, so I had to do something. I just can't pour Frank's Red Hot sauce on all of my food. I wanted to actually cook with it. Now I'm only using romaine lettuce as a topping. You could use spinach, kale, regular lettuce. You don't have to use romaine, but that's what I wanted to use this time. Alright, so they're all done. I'm going to wash my hands quick. I was over at my friend Jared's house this morning, and he had this amazing hot sauce that he was putting on our breakfast, and I was just super excited to share this recipe with him. All right, so our chicken is dressed. Now there is some fat on there, but it's very minimal. I'm going to put 4 teaspoons of this seasoning in with the chicken. So after I put the seasoning in, I'm going to put about a half a cup of water in here with it. Put it in the crock pot, set it on high. I set the timer for 4.5. They'll be done in 4, but that last half hour, depending on the chicken breast size, those were really large. Usually I get the more organic ones that are smaller, but this was too good of a deal to pass up at the grocery store. So after all that's done, and I've got 4.5 hours, I can go do whatever I would like to do, whatever else you got going on. I bought this that was already prepped, so I don't really have to do anything. I got to cut up the tomatoes to put on there, but I'll also let that cool down after it's done cooking before I would put it away or put it onto the wrap. Now I'm also going to package everything separately before I eat it, just because if I do want to heat it up, I don't want to heat up my lettuce and my tomatoes with that. It doesn't taste as good. So we're going to come back in about 4.5 hours and see how the chicken is. Stay tuned. All right, everyone, we are back. Kind of curious to see what you did with your 4.5 hours while your crock pot was cooking. I was able to take a nap. So I have not taken a nap in a long time. Harper and my wife went down for a nap. I joined them, was able to wake up a little bit before them. I got some other prepping done, tried other recipes and such. And the chicken is done and it smells delicious. I'm extremely excited about it. But for this video, I'm just going to pull it out now while it's hot. I would recommend you let it cool a while before you put it on top of your lettuce, tomato, whatever you want to wrap your wrap to consist of. So I just picked romaine lettuce, tomato, and a low-carb wrap. I'm going to put my chicken on. Obviously, I'm going to let it cool down, and I might eat this cold. I might also package the chicken separately and just heat up the chicken and have it warm. I'm finicky when it comes time to heating my food up. I like warm food rather than cold food, and it's just a personal preference. But I know plenty of people that never microwave their food or never heat it up and they eat it cold. Shout out to Jared Gorchinsky. So let's go look at this chicken quick. So like I said, the chicken was on for 4.5 hours. I was using, by the way, I just shredded it up already. I just took a fork and kind of cut it up. It was super easy. I'm using the Red Hot Original Seasoning Blend. I just put 4 teaspoons on there. This stuff is high in sodium, but it's a give and take. If you're on a low sodium diet, or if you're one person that doesn't maybe get rid of a lot of sodium with their sweat, you can actually get tested if you want to go crazy about it. But if you don't give a lot of sodium out in your sweat, put this back up here. So I will just put the crock pot out of this holder do a little bit more slicing and dicing. You know, it's a love and hate relationship that I have with crock pots. Sometimes when I cook with a crock pot, everything just gets shredded and it's not really, I don't like the texture very much, but I mean, you can't beat the convenience of it when you can put something in for 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, and just let it go. It's a busy life. You don't want to spend your time watching the food the entire way through and checking it. They have the warm setting that goes on afterwards. It's really a no-brainer. But I don't cook with them that often. I usually cook on the stove top, or when it's nice out. Right now we're in a Pennsylvania winter. I'll grill. I love grilling. So I'll just shred this up here for the sake of the demonstration. And I'm also going to add a little bit of the Frank's Red Hot sauce on top of this. Probably just put it in with the chicken, mix it up really well, make it really shredded. And then after I'm done shredding it all and getting this in there, I'm gonna weigh it out. You probably, if you weigh your food out and you're tracking that carefully, you would definitely want to weigh the chicken before you put anything else on there, because it obviously counts to the weight. It's insignificant to me, but if you're really that crazy about it, absolutely go ahead. And I do this because, like I said earlier, this is a super cheap meal, super easy. I love it. I love buffalo flavored food, the vinegar, the heat, and I'll just put this on there. And I was also thinking that I might even add like a sharp cheddar type of cheese to it. And that would go really good with this after the chicken's cooled down so it doesn't melt. So using a low carb wrap, the low carb wrap that I purchased, and this one's a new one for me. I've never actually tried a low carb wrap before. I actually had one this morning for breakfast at my buddy's house, and I really enjoyed it. It's 70 calories. It's got 19 grams total carb. That's not bad at all. I'm obviously doing this just to test the waters on different recipes, and I enjoyed the chicken part of this. I'm curious to see how the wrap goes. You know, I feel as though the combination is going to be really good. I'd like to see what you think as well. If you want to try this way, or if you want to make like a buffalo chicken like slider, that'd be really cool too. And I'd like to see your feedback on that. So thanks everybody. Practicing some other recipes for next week, and you know, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it.